I'ma get $1 million in the bank.
What up, y'all? It's Torre. This is Rap Latte. And I am King Green, deeper conversations about hip-hop. And we got the Grammys coming up, Torre. Our favorite thing, the thing that matters so much to music, the Grammys. Oh, my God, the Grammys. You know Bob Marley doesn't have a Grammy? He never got a Grammy.
There's so many great, legendary, iconic artists, black and white, who don't have Grammys. Every year, I get my feelings hurt or my feelings in a bundle or some shit around the Grammys. And this is going to be another year of the bullshit, right? Because there's a lot of Kendrick versus Beyonce versus that fucking bitch Taylor Swift. And we're probably going to come back on Monday and be
you can't. The Swifties going to come for you.
It's going to be bring it, come, please. There you go. Let's look at record of the year. And I want to hear what you, as an artist, do you have a vote? Do you vote in the Grammys?
I used to do all that, and I don't anymore. But yeah,
you used to be a Grammy voter. Wow. Wait, did you choose to not? Or are you?
Yeah, I just stopped caring.
You stopped. Wow, that is fucking crazy. All right, look. Here's what we got for record of the year. You tell me what you think is going to happen, and tell me what you think should happen. Okay. Now and Then by some group called the Beatles, Texas Hold'em by Beyonce, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, 360 Charlie XCX, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan, Fortnite by the aforementioned Taylor Swift,
with Post Malone,
and the greatest song of the year, the undisputed champion of hip hop, the Muhammad Ali of hip hop, Not Like Us.
This one, I'm gonna apply a little push. It should be Not Like Us, but I'm gonna apply a little pushback that Birds of a Feather was going crazy worldwide, global. That's a song. That is a song. So if it winning record of the year is not something that seems wrong to me in the entire like pantheon or whatever of music, but Not Like Us culturally, like we are a part of the culture. So are we blind to like what everyone's doing if we're going to say Not Like Us?
I mean, let's keep in mind that the overwhelming community of Grammy voters are into pop and rock and actively dislike hip hop. So hip hop is always at a disadvantage in the overriding categories that like touch other genres. I think it's been, I counted this last year, I think it's been like 20 plus years that an album of contemporary black music, so not the jazz of our friend John Baptiste, not something, not Carlos Santana, but like contemporary black music, like modern hip hop. It's been like 20 years since modern hip hop or R&B won the album of the year at the Grammys. So it's just like,
because they think it all the same thing. Yeah, they just look at it and be like, oh, this is all the same shit.
This is, I mean, I think it's going to be hard for a lot of these people to not check the box beside the Beatles. I mean, this is record of the year. This is a performance, right? Song of the year is a songwriting award. Yeah. Record of the year is a performance award. Who performed better? Hard to get a bunch of white people to vote against the Beatles. I don't think it's going to be
I don't think it's going to be the Beatles. I mean, no, I think it can be the Beatles just because you're like, why is the Beatles there if they're not going to win it, right? That's how I look at that. It's like, so you think Beyonce is going to beat the Beatles? Like they want that on record that Beyonce beat the Beatles? I don't think they want anyone to have beat the Beatles, but if they do, if someone beats the Beatles, to me, I think the biggest statement would be Not Like Us. And then I would agree with all that talk about where the industry is with Drake, where it's like they hate Drake. If Not Like Us with this, that means they hate the entire industry hates Drake.
I mean, this category is stacked with, these are the modern superstars of the game. Swift, Chappell Roan, Kenny, Billie Eilish, XCX.
I don't even know Chappell Roan's music like that. I know every other person. Like I know Sabrina Carpenter. I know that she was a Disney girl and has that Espresso song. I know Charlie XCX. I actually like her music. Same way with Billie Eilish. I like her. Who is Chappell Roan? Like this person?
I know the name. I know my daughter knows who she is. That's a little bit more to her speed of the world, but like,
But I haven't
whatever.
even like
This is a
listened to
modern
this.
superstar.
Okay.
You aren't really giving Taylor with Fortnite much of a chance, I feel like. And I think Taylor is always in the mix in the
I think she's
Grammys.
I think she's always in the mix, but it's kind of like I think she's going. I think she's still like they're gonna go for that album and that record of the year
But
position. I don't think she's
there's
winning it, but
usually a connection of like, the record of the year is on the album of the year. We're not usually splitting. Let's jump ahead for a second
why
and
isn't
get a little.
Shabuzi on there too? I think that's kind of messed up. It's like the biggest record of the whole year.
Shabuzi is nominated elsewhere, I believe, in
Best new artist, yeah. But I'm saying, why
for
is he
Best
not
New
on
Artist.
record of the year?
So, Song of the Year, a songwriters award,
Yeah,
is between a bar song, Tipsy, which is a Shabuzi song, Birds of a Feather, the Billie Eilish record, Die with a Smile, the Gaga Bruno Mars record, Fortnite, Taylor Swift again, Good Luck Babe, Chapel Roan again, Not Like Us,
Your
Please, Please, Please,
Voice.
Sabrina Carpenter, and Texas Hold'em. I don't know who this is going to be. Is it Birds of a Feather?
The
Billie
best
Eilish?
for me, the best song written, if my opinion, is gonna be Shabuzi.
Do
Only
you think Shabuzi
because
is going to win this award?
I think that no, I told you my pick, and then I'll go with what they think. What I think they'll pick.
Oh, you
My
think
pick,
Shabuzi should win?
I think that's the actual one because flipping that song, that obscure hit song of Tipsy, right? And flipping it into something culturally that makes sense for everybody, that's crazy. That was I did not see that happening, and that's just a good song. It's a great when it comes to songwriting and American songwriting, that was a good move, and I was
Does
impressed
it
by
com-
that.
does it compete with Birds of a Feather?
Easily. I think it's better. It's a better written song than Birds of a Feather to me. Like Birds of a Feather, and I like that song a lot. I like Birds of a Feather a lot, but that Shabuzi song is it's like canon. Like you have it's a country song too, right? So you have Achy Breaky Heart, right? Then you got
Yeah.
what's it called? Mariah Carey's Christmas song. Then you have the one with what's my guy? The other cowboy song that with the Achy Breaky Heart guy. Why am I forgetting this? Lil Nas X.
Uh-huh.
His song, and then you have the Shabuzi song, and he did that himself. I think that's how that happened.
I wonder if country fans would vote for Shabuzi, and if country music fans who have a vote, and if they
I think
won't
they
vote
will.
for Shabuzi, how do you? I mean, we have not seen any kind of love for these black artists, Beyonce, Shabuzi, out of that country community. So
Shabuzi
if they won't
on
vote for
record
him,
has been saying that he's been getting love. Like he hasn't been. He's obviously not in the same place as Beyonce, but he's been getting love, and they all love that song.
I think you are underrating how big Billie Eilish's night is going to be because she is thought of as this brilliant
Darling.
songwriter. She
Yeah.
does write great, brilliant shit. And I don't know. They love her and it's deserved. And, you and I are about to go through album of the year. And I don't know if our boy or our girl are going to get anything at these big awards. Album of the year, they put Andre 3000, New Blue Sun. They nominated his flute album, which I only bemoan because I want more rapping. Don't
That's it.
encourage
I
flute.
want
Get him to go back to the MCing.
that was my whole TikTok about it, saying that I don't want y'all to encourage this man, but like it would be great. It'd be great if he wins that. We want
Would
him
it?
to
Because
win
then he'd never come back to MCing. He'd be like, look, they love me over here.
or he'll try. But what if he takes the perspective? Oh, I lost. Let me try again.
I mean, maybe at that rate, he might take the perspective of, I won. I have finished this game. Now I will return to like Legend of Two Games like Pee Wee Kirkland. What are we doing?
I think that's
Cowboy
more
Carter?
of his character.
Cowboy Carter is also up for Album of the Year. Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Brat, Charlie XCX. Did Jesse Volume 4 by Jacob Collier. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Chapel Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess by the aforementioned Chapel Roan. And The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift.
Why you hate Taylor Swift so much?
Because they love her so goddamn much. My God. Who should win? Who will win?
Doesn't she have like the most record of the year or album of the year
I think so.
wins?
I think so. She beat Beyonce a bunch of times. Some bullshit.
And Beyonce doesn't have any album of the years, right?
None. But she got more Grammys than anyone ever, but no album of the year. How that don't even make sense. How that make sense? By your logic, that don't even make sense.
That's what he said. But I mean, it's possible. You can make great songs and not great albums. If we're talking about, I'm not talking about the Grammys because they suck. And this whole episode is about how we're going through it, but we're calling bullshit. Like most of these things are bullshit. But you can have great songs and bad albums.
You can, but that's not what Beyonce has done. That's just a theoretical position. Beyonce has not done that.
Oh no. She's made.
Did you say pause?
I did not say pause.
No, I thought you said pause. I said theoretical position. You could pause. I'm like, why are you saying pause?
I did not say pause. I think I said I don't know what I said. Rewind the tape.
So it's Billie Eilish again. I think it's Billie Eilish again.
Again, I didn't give by. Did I give? Yeah, I did give Billie Eilish the record. Which one is this? The song of the year? What is this record?
Album of the year, the big one, the final one of the night.
Album of the year.
Roan, Billie Eilish, Charlie XCX, Sabrina Carpenter, Beyonce, Andre 3000.
I think Charlie XCX's album is better, but maybe. But Billie Eilish, yeah, I'll give it a Billie Eilish. That one's Billie Eilish. That's a Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Game. So then,
wait, there's no rap albums in that category.
Correct.
Of course, there ain't no rap albums.
Correct. There's only the two.
Who's in the rap album? Let's go rap. This is Rap Latte. Who's in the rap album category?
We'll go to rap albums. By the way, your boy Mustard is up for Producer of the Year non-classical.
Easily should win that.
I mean, I don't know that I don't know that. I have no idea. It's
the beat heard around the world.
I don't think that the Grammy voting audience respects what we are doing.
But you keep talking about that. We know that. We know that.
So then Mustard doesn't have it easy. And he's not going to win at all.
No, I'm talking about what he should. He should actually win it.
He should. Although I do hesitate to say should because I don't know the rest of these motherfuckers in this category. So I really can't even.
Who else is there? I'll tell you.
Hold on, I scrolled down to R&B album, so I have to hold on. Best rap song. Well, this should be easy. It's Asteroids, Marlana. Oh, this is a Rhapsody joint. Carnival, obviously Kanye. It's not getting that. Like That, Not Like Us, and Yeah, Glow. It's an interesting battle for Grammy fans. An interesting battle for hip hop fans in general. Like That versus Not Like Us. Which one would you vote for?
Not Like Us. Easy.
But we love Like That. You love Like That.
I love Like That. That beat is incredible. But Not Like Us is a better song. Best rap song. The best rap song in Yeah, Glow, Not Like Us, Like That, Carnival, Asteroids. The best rap song is Not Like Us.
For sure, Not Like Us. Best rap album. Might Delete Later. Jermaine Cole. The Auditorium Volume 1. Common and Pete Rock.
Doechii.
Alligator Bites Never Heal. The Swamp Queen. The Death of Slim Shady. Coup de Grace. Eminem. We Don't Trust You. Future and Metro Boomin. So, wow. Chromacopia, not even on the list.
No, wow. That Chromacopia is too late, so it's going to be on next year.
Too late? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna. Chromacopia is definitely going to be on next year's Grammys. Alligator Bites should win. We Don't Trust You's great, and I love it. So it could. I understand the depth of Slim Shady, and the fact that he made a concept album, I give him credit for. But I think that I love that Common. Actually, that Common and Pete Rock one as a vibe. I love it as a vibe, but I'm not. It's not sold as anything better on here. Might Delete Later is nothing. Is nothing that I would want to. For J. Cole's, I think I'm judging it for J. Cole and where he's at more so than of it as a body of work, and it's kind of hard for me to divorce the two. So, but I go with Alligator Bites Never Heal. It's the one that my feels say Alligator Bites Never Heal. What about you?
No, now I feel like Doechii was doing a tear of crossover media for a period of time, right?
Yeah.
It was Colbert. I think she did Fallon as well, right? Like there was something else like that. We did like 3 or 4 of them in the show we did about her.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, they were saying, let's see if we get her in front of Grammy voters so they can at least see her and give her a chance in this thing, right? Because they're going mass market pop at a moment when they didn't have an album to push, they didn't have a single to push, but they're pushing Grammy voters, right? And it was really smart. She, to me, seems like the kind of rap figure who may catch the attention of Grammy voters, who may say like, oh, like she, nothing, no shade to her, but
white people love Doechii. White women especially love Doechii, so it's easy. And that's the same way that this used to work, because the music industry has changed, obviously. But the same way it works with Oscars, where you got to go kiss the baby, shake their hands. When you're on the Oscar campaign and you're Denzel and you want to actually win it, you got to show up everywhere, or you're not going to win that award at all. So it's the same way with the Grammys. If you're in the system, kissing babies, shaking hands, you go to the, like when we first got signed, we went to the Grammy parties and we went to the Grammy functions so they could know who we were, so we could, because we had an alternative album and we wanted to be on the alternative list. It's part of the thing, and that's what the label told us to do. Like, you have to go in here and show up in these places. And she has. And she is like, white women love Doechii. And her Harriet Tubman music.
What's not to love? And like, yes, you see her all over.
That was a joke.
TikTok, all over TikTok, with people doing that whole like, I like to take drugs, that whole little bit, for sure. I mean, I think to have an attempt to predict what the Grammys might do, which is kind of a stupid thing because it's a fucking stupid award, is you have to think opposite of. Like, try to put yourself in the mind of somebody who knows little to nothing about hip hop. And maybe that person, maybe Doechii has reached that person as far as crossover and showing her brilliance and showing her on stage talent. But all these motherfuckers know Eminem, right? These motherfuckers.
I think Eminem obviously can win it because he did take a chance. This is a concept album. A lot of older millennial and Gen X Eminem fans actually like this because it was him returning to that slim. They're like, yeah, man, I actually enjoy this. That happened with that. So I think he's obviously can win, and if he shows up, he's gonna win. That's another thing too. If Eminem shows up, he's winning. Because why am I here?
I mean, but I mean, as we know, the night of the votes, right? The night of the awards, the votes are already tallied. The votes are already in. So, it doesn't. But the voters don't know who Future is. The Grammy voters do not know who Pete Rock and J. Cole is. Might they know who Common is? Maybe. He's been around for 20, 25
people know
years.
Common,
They might know Common. They definitely know Eminem. They might know Doechii, maybe. So then I think it's really like Doechii versus Eminem, but they'll probably check Eminem because they probably know his name and don't know any of the others.
It's possible. And I'm not mad. I wouldn't even be mad at that. So,
I mean, I'm mad because this is the central event to honor talent and achievement in the
that's
music
a lie.
industry. No, that is the purpose. That is the stated purpose. They do not do that because they are so biased against contemporary black music, even though they know as music professionals, contemporary black music is always the most important and influential and innovative thing going. So the over time dismissal and diss of contemporary black music
Do you think that's true
is.
right now? Sidebar. Do you think
Do I think
contemporary black music right now is the most progressive? Because that's usually true, but I'm wondering if you think that's true in this exact moment.
I think compared to what we get in pop music, compared to what we get in rock music, I don't think that R&B is being tremendously innovative or taking big chances. I don't
I
think you
think
see
I think
that in, in rock music. I think that hip hop is, if you look at the entirety of hip hop, not just like the
mm-hmm.
three or four guys at the top and women at the
Yeah.
top. And right now, the three or four women at the top, as men are just, you see an effort to push boundaries, make changes. What can we do differently? How can we grow things? How can I do things differently? And I think in other art forms, you see much more of an effort to say, what has been successful for other people? What has been successful for us?
I would agree with that traditionally in general. But because of the stagnation that I think in 2023, and yes, on the underground level, I feel like there's a lot of chances and experimental stuff, but that's always the case. But I feel like there's like the Afrobeats conversation. Like if we take that, disregard it from hip hop, like if I think they are a little bit more progressive in the current time within the last 5 years as a genre.
When you say Afrobeats, you mean who? Who are you referring to?
I'm referring to just Nigerian and African artists in general, not just Afrobeats, that genre, kind of like the blanket statement of African music. That's what I'm actually referring to.
Okay. Are they, I mean, generally.
There's like 3 genres out of that came out in the last 10 years that came out of that continent. There's 3 different genres
Out of Afrobeats.
out of African continent. That's what I'm saying. So you got, I can't say this because it has a click in it. It's called they'll know me, South African art form. So it's an EDM art form. Then there's Amapiano, which we all know, which has pop hits. Amapiano has pop hits around the world. And then there's what we call Afrobeats from Nigeria. That's 3 different genres popularized within the last 10 years, like globally. Whereas
have they made a massive impact on American
globally,
music culture?
not American music culture, not a massive, but yes. I mean, you got the One Dance and you got all that, and you got Thames and the people who can come over here because of their massive global following. But progressively as a musician, like me as an artist and producer, I'm like, they're doing things and we're doing things here, but not at a mainstream level. The kids have like 8,000 genres too. Like the kids with the Jersey House wave, the juke music. There's so many little waves that are happening within the like more of a mid-tier underground scene within hip hop. But on a mainstream level, it's not infiltrating, and the innovation's not happening, I think, at the same speed. That's the one thing I'm wondering. I just thought that interesting to think about. But moving away from obviously the Grammys,
there's always a conversation about the issue is us, and that we should not care about the Grammys, and we should create our own institutions and these sort of things. And I appreciate that idea. I appreciate the nationalist impulse, but there is still a necessity when you're in a network of a community and industry to get some of the recognition that comes from the top level of the industry. To get an Academy Award or to get an Emmy or to get a Tony or to get a Grammy impacts your commercial opportunities within that industry, right? Your marketing opportunities within that industry. So the problem that contemporary black music is constantly being passed over by the industry cannot be solved by create your own Grammys. That's not enough. We do need and deserve recognition from the Grammys. Otherwise, we are missing out on an important part of the game.
It's like saying create your own money. We live in that dual dynamic that I always talk about, where it's like if you're a Black American, you are living against yourself, right? You have two things that are opposing against each other at all time, and you have to fight through that balance within this world. So if you have a ceiling and people are not getting you money and you can't get actual dollars, it's like someone say, yo, man, you should create your own currency. Like, go ahead and create your own currency so you could use it. Where Black people kind of tried to do that and it got stopped and destroyed. So it's like you can't say that. And there is an importance, just like you said, to infiltrate as well as creating your own. I think it needs to be a simultaneous thing where you have to. I do think we do need to create our own things and give our own prestige to things. But you also have to infiltrate and make sure that you're getting your just due. That's an important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just super disappointed I'm already like pre-disappointed. Like I know, because the big idea has been, Beyonce's coming this time, right? Beyonce saw, Beyonce. Yeah, well, I mean, like that's been the vibe, right? Like Jay-Z amped it up. She comes with a country album. Like, it's like, okay, enough of the bullshit. It's Beyonce's turn. And it's like, no, we got Billie Eilish, we got Taylor Swift. It's not your turn. Like,
I don't think Taylor Swift's winning. Honestly, I don't think that album was the thing. I think Taylor Swift's live performance and her selling her vinyl, her business, and her entire aura is always a thing. But I don't think that album was the mark where you would give her that. I feel like it's either Billie Eilish or that.
Is there any of the times when Taylor Swift has defeated Beyonce at the Grammys where you thought, oh yeah, that Taylor Swift album was definitely better than Beyonce's album?
Not when I think. Well, actually, I don't know, because some of those Beyonce albums I'm not a fan of. It's like I'm not just a general Beyonce fan, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that like she
You're not
had
a general Beyonce fan.
I don't like everything that she does. No, I'm not a general Beyonce fan. That means that I like anything and everything that she does. No, I have Lemonade's my album.
But you liked Cowboy Carter, right?
Cowboy Carter I'll give that like a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5.
That's kind of low. Did you like Renaissance?
Renaissance is good. I like Renaissance.
You gave that a 5 out of 5 though?
That one's a 4 out of 5. I like that.
Okay.
Beyonce, Lemonade's a 5.
The agency will be around to pick you up shortly. I hope you get out of prison soon.
And I don't care. Like, I don't give a damn. Homecoming, her performance, excellent. 10 out of 10. I had to change the scale. 5 out of 5 for Lemonade. And I think her core fans don't like Lemonade as much as they should. Like, I really hate how that all the genres that she used and all that. Like, people think Renaissance is like her best album and stuff like that. It's like, it's good.
I think Renaissance is her best album.
I don't think so. I think people discredit Lemonade is crazy.
I love Lemonade. I appreciate the length and the sonic ambition of Renaissance and the focus of it. You know how I love an album that is a little more narrow, that has a thesis. Renaissance has a sharp thesis about what I'm talking about verbally, what I'm talking about sonically, like the aesthetic and the meaning.
So does Lemonade.
So it's so powerful. Lemonade too, I feel like Renaissance is sharper, but in going to its meanings.
Sonically, Lemonade is sharper.
I mean, Cowboy Carter also has a thesis, and the entire album is built around it. It's a little bit different because the thesis is genre doesn't mean shit. So you're purposely going in 4 different directions to prove that genre doesn't mean anything. So great, I get it. Whereas Renaissance and Lemonade are focused around a genre, and they are nailing it, right?
Well, Lemonade's not focused on a genre. That one's about genres and shit as well. She tried to do that with Lemonade. Lemonade has a rock song, a hip-hop song. It has an indie rock song. That's why I like it. She took all these genres and created, and she said, I'm Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And then Renaissance is her saying, I'm focusing on this culture and this aspect and these people. And then Cowboy Carter is going back to that conversation. But yeah, whatever. The agency could talk all they want. You can't like everything that everybody does. That's crazy.
Well, you can with Beyonce, but the rest of the artists, yes. And we can't say anything about Prince or Stevie Wonder. There are definitely people who are beyond critique.
Yeah, you should. You shouldn't say things, but let's be real.
Don't say shit. Don't dare you say something about Miles Davis. We will be fighting.
I got to do more research. Obviously, Witches Brew, Bitches Brew, and then I forgot what album you told me to listen to, but I haven't listened to his entire catalog. I only got the ones that I really love. I got to listen to, but Miles Davis is amazing. Obviously, he's the guy.
We're gonna have to catch you up on that shit. All right, let's get out of here. It's Rap Latte. We'll be back on Monday with our sorely upset feelings.
Yeah, we going live on Monday.